Joining me now, Columbia Law professor Daniel Richman. He's also a policy advisor to FBI Director James Comey. Great to see you, Professor. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So you know Comey, you've known him for a long time. You used to practice law together.
Yes.
Okay. And you say he's a straight shooter, and you're a friend of his and an advisor of sorts. What do you make of the piling on now? Nancy Pelosi in particular, like, maybe he can't do the job. Maybe it's time for change.
What people seem to forget is that whatever he did would have political ramifications. Either you stay silent and don't correct what people seem to think, which was that an investigation was complete, and you let that thought go to people as they, let's say, vote, or maybe, let's say, as they move into running the government next year. Or you speak, and you speak as little as possible. I don't think he's unaware of the fact that there's an election going on. I don't think he's trying to influence the election, but either silence or speaking is going to implicate the election, and he's aware of that and did what he felt he had to do.
Is this hard on him? Do you think, I mean, he's a human being. He seems like a real sort of Joe Friday kind of, law enforcement official, but is this hard on him to have this much pile on, including today from the president? We don't deal in innuendo. We don't deal in leaks.
I think Jim is used to being piled on. That comes with the territory. I don't read what the president said as part of the piling on, frankly. I think what the president said is people thought the investigation was complete. It turns out the president was wrong on that. There is an investigation that was said to have been complete but is going on, and that's all that the director said a few days ago.
A lot of people believe this is not Comey, that he's not in charge, that Loretta Lynch is controlling him like a puppet, and she's the puppeteer, and she's not going to pursue anything on Hillary come hell or high waters, and Comey basically has to do what she says. Is that true?
I've actually never heard that particular allegation.
Trust me.
It's an odd story to be spinning, to think that he is the puppet of somebody who, in all likelihood, will probably not be there shortly.
And he will be, presumably.
He will be. It's a 10-year term for a reason. Part of what we want in an FBI director is, come what may and come what brickbats are thrown his way, put your head down and make nonpartisan decisions, even as you recognize that people are going to spin them one way or another. That's what he did, and I think he's right.
Well, what about, people think it wasn't adequate in part because new stuff turned up on Huma's home computer. Everybody said, wait, how could that not have been picked up in the first swoop by the FBI?
I only know from what I read in the press reports, but I gather from them that she didn't even know that this was being swooped up. One of the sad things about many of us is we back up the computers. We don't really focus on it, at least from what I gather in the reports. She was backing it up.
Last question. If the evidence justifies an indictment, if he finds evidence of intent, which he wasn't satisfied was there back in July, do you believe this man would be prepared to recommend charges be brought against Hillary Clinton?
Of course. If the facts change, the position changes. I don't think it takes very much work on the part of someone like Jim to do that.
Great to see you, Professor. Thanks for being here.
Pleasure.